Yeah, I'm sitting right now down with one of the most prolific musicians out there, a legend in the hip-hop and music community. Rapper E-40 is an icon, to say the least, but he's also a businessman. He's also a chef as well, merging his passion for culinary arts with his entrepreneurial spirit. He's got a new album out today called Rule of Thumb, Rule 1. I assume there's going to be a Rule 2 and 3 as well. He's also released a new cookbook called Goon with the Spoon, a collaboration with Snoop Dogg, which features some of his favorite recipes. Pleased to say he joins me now here in Studio 2. Great to have you here.
It's great to have you, buddy. Thank you.
To say that you're prolific would be an understatement. I mean, we're talking, what now, 27 solo studio albums, and that doesn't count all the collaborations and group projects you've done. Why are you still rapping?
I like that. I have a passion for rapping, man. You know, this is it. I played the drums from 4th grade all the way to 12th, and that's before they had Pro Tools and, you know, those type of things that can get a song out there right away. And but I just always had a passion for rapping ever since I heard the Sugar Hill Gang in 1979.
You also had a passion for cooking. You have a cookbook, Goon with the Spoon.
Absolutely.
And you maybe kind of give us some insight into why you actually chose to write a cookbook.
Well, I started off on IG, cooking with the Power Pressure Cooker. I had a song we mentioned, me and my cousin B Legit. He had mentioned I'm a goon with a spoon.
The beast with the mouthpiece.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
You know, so you know how like a basketball player or a football player, they might say, oh, he's a dog. That means he's a dog, like he's a beastie or whatever. You know, it's a good thing. They turn something that sound bad into something good. So I'm the goon with a spoon. I'm a goon with a spoon. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I started, I had a logo made with a vector for the Goon with Spoon logo, and I had it put on every time I would post something on IG, like my food, whether it's short ribs, whether I'm making gumbo, whether I'm making oxtails, whether I'm making meatloaf or whatever I'm doing, you understand me? It just started getting a lot of attention, and here I am co-packing now. I co-pack. What I mean by co-packing is I have ice cream, Goon with the Spoon ice cream, and like Safeways, Walmarts. I have sausages in Costco's, you understand, burritos, and you know, sky's the limit. And the book, Snoop Dogg presented the book because he had already had a book out.
Right.
And so he was like, hey, Earl, let me put your book out, buddy. You know what I mean?
You mentioned some of the food products that you have, the sausages, the ice creams. How did that go from idea to actually getting it onto the shelves of a Safeway and a Walmart? Was that a laborious process?
Well, I do my due diligence. Once you're in a certain space, it's you just find people that can get it done for you. I own all my stuff 100%. I sell food.
Now, when you say 100%, you're not going out looking for financial backers?
None at all.
Okay.
None at all. 100% black owned. I also I'll go by my real name, Earl Stevens. I have wine up under Earl Stevens. You can find it in many stores, your local stores, the Costco's, the Bev Mo's, the Total Wines, all that, right?
Yeah.
So I have that, and I have the spirits, Ecuador Tequila. I have Kuiper Belt Bourbon. I have Tycoon Cognac, all up under my umbrella.
Yeah.
So I'm in that food and beverage space.
Is that primarily where you're putting most of your money in, food and beverage, or are you looking sort of outside that realm as well?
Well, I'm comfortable in this space, and you know, music is really my first love. You know what I mean? Also, I'm in like 50 to 60 startup companies. One of them being SpaceX and Clubhouse, and you know, I do it from I get at them from the beginning, and you know.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about that too, because a lot of people don't know just how prolific you've been in that space as well. But that hasn't always been a part of your career.
No.
That's relatively new, at least considering how long that you've been rapping.
Since 2016, I've been doing.
What was the pivot? Why did you make that pivot then? What was the revelation?
Well, I have a friend by the name of Chameleon there. He was already in that space. He's a rapper too, and he pivoted into
That's Hakeem,
startup
right? Yeah,
Hakeem, absolutely.
Right.
A good friend of mine, really smart, and he got me into it. And I follow his lead. He's a good guy, and it's very smart.
Was the decision though to start sort of pursuing some of those opportunities? Was that about diversification beyond just music and whatever sort of food ventures you had at the time?
I think it's a smart business move because you know tomorrow I can wake up and one of the business out of those 50-something businesses that I invest in, they might get acquired, IPO, might wake up with a big bag of money.
Yeah.
It happened overnight.
Right.
It happened real quick.
Well, that's venture capital.
There you go,
Yeah,
baby.
it's like a dice game, and 20 things to go bust, and one ends up well.
Yep.
But how do you make a decision as to what to go after? I hear SpaceX. Obviously, that's kind of the golden goose for a lot of people. But how are you making those decisions?
Well, we try to make, we try to find out, like, those who have already been in that space. We try to, get in those companies where people are seasoned already that has done this before, and we want the evaluation to be under 50 million most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
So you're basically angel status.
Yeah, absolutely.
As an
there
investor.
you go.
Yeah.
I'm also an investor in Republic too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm curious too, I mean, for all the successes that you've had some businesses that didn't necessarily turn out into a big thing. I was looking back and I almost forgot about 40 Water, which was kind of like a vitamin drink, energy drink, if you will, kind of before they really got popular. What happened there? Why did that not actually gain more traction?
Well, that right there, I didn't have control over that. That was a guy brought that to my attention, and he wanted to do it, and that's when I really knew that, hey man, I know I can do this because, I'm a very smart man. But it was around 2008, the recession kicked in. I owned a Fat Burger with the late Chester McLaughlin out there in Northern California. There was only two of them. One was in Thunder Valley Casino. Another one we had in Pleasant Hill. I didn't own the one at Thunder Valley Casino, but I owned the one in Pleasant Hill.
I gotcha.
And I was co-owner with that with Chester.
You mentioned Fat Burger. I was also going through your portfolio, and you're an owner of a Filipino restaurant. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I'm co-owner of that too. So that's it's called the Lumpia Company. My man Alex Rototo.
Okay.
I've always had a passion for Filipino food.
And that's based out in Vallejo, where you're from?
Yeah. So in Vallejo, we have many Filipinos. I grew up playing baseball with them, everything. So the aunties after baseball, they'll make lumpia, and it was just something that we just loved, and it's one of my favorite dishes.
Yeah.
And
well, how do you take that though because it's one restaurant now, more or less, right?
Right now, it's one.
So you have ambitions.
Have a food truck too.
Okay, but you have ambitions to turn this into a chain.
I want to turn this into like a McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever, a chain store.
Okay.
So we're just gonna take baby steps, and then we'll start bringing in some investors and whoever, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We start franchising that thing. Very soon, I think it's going to happen.
So what's next? I mean, you already have a lot on your plate beyond this. I assume that you still have another chapter ahead, right?
Well, music is my passion.
Yeah.
Music is what I love to do. That's my baby right there, because that's what make everything spin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the economics of that are working for you? I mean, it's changed a lot since 1993.
Very lucrative.
Yeah.
For me.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to talk to you, E-40, also known as Earl Stevens, rapper, entrepreneur, cookbook author, and I'm sure probably can add a few other things to that in due time.